Greetings, I am Rob Hatman, and today, Rob Chapeau Man, and I am brim full of puns and ideas. Today, I'm just basically excited to wake up, have a nice coffee, look at the leaves falling around me, and introduce you officially to Cherry, my 1963 Gibson Les Paul SG Junior. So, this is an acquisition that I was not expecting to make, but I happened upon a retailer called Norman's Rare Guitars in California. And I said to my buddy, Matt Hornby, don't let me try any of the guitars in this store. And he was like, well, why not? Why not try the guitars? And I was like, I'm going to buy something if I try something. And so I walked around, keeping my head down, immediately saw this, and just eventually was corralled into giving it a little try. I'm trying to get it without the lights glaring on it, but it's pretty difficult. And then within about half an hour, I bought it. So it's a real 1963. That's right, it's a Les Paul. Before Les Paul actually asked for his name to be removed, and it was then known as the SG Junior. So it's a really early junior model. In fact, in 63, they didn't come with this tremola. They came with a hardtail, so this was probably retrofitted, or it was an option that was added afterwards. There is actually a review of this on Norman's Rare Guitars because Mark did a really good review of it before they obviously sold it to me. I love it. And Matt told me to call it Cherry, so I'm calling it Cherry. And it's one of those things that's kind of, I don't know, it's the first time I toured America doing me as a musician, which for me was a bit of a landmark. Previously, I'd only ever done America as a guitar company, so it was really cool to have people turn up and listen to me playing some of my music and stuff. Wish I could bring a band. It's just prohibitively expensive. But that's definitely going to happen at some point. But anyway, it was like a landmark tour for me. 3 weeks across America, loads of people turning up, and it was really exciting. And this is my first ever real vintage guitar. I've always really liked vintage guitars, and what I want to do is sort of tell you why. They are overpriced, I think. That just is what it is. But what's really great about vintage guitars is that they've had to yield to a human being, so they're really comfortable in lots of areas. They've been kind of sanded by hand skin for years, if you get a good one. And also, with the nitro finish, the timbers tend to dry out a lot more, and then they're really resonant, which is great for dirty feedback and all sorts of stuff like that. I'll run you down the features. There aren't many. It's a real 1963 Gibson Les Paul Junior. I think even before it was called the SG, I think it became known as the SG, and I'm going to be corrected if I'm wrong, after Les Paul took his name off, they wanted to call it the solid guitar. So it's just got one dog ear P90. It's got the wraparound tail, and this particular one has the tremolo as well, so I could string it through the tremolo if I wanted to. I'll give you some close-ups. It's got a tone knob and a volume knob. Now, here's a cool thing. I'd never normally use my tone knob, but this one has a very, very different tonality when you roll it back off. It does a really cool thing with the pickup, and I want to show you that, but I've got to tune it away from my slide tuning, so bear with. By the way, due to massive request, today I am currently going through my Coolidge Outlander 100. What is it? Almost all of you are asking. Well, it's a custom-made one-off amplifier by a gentleman called Mr. Coolidge, who made it for me and then posted it to me I think 8-9 years ago. I have no idea if this guy is still making amplifiers. If he is, hunt him down and hold him at gunpoint until you buy one from him, because they're incredible. I recently had it retrofitted with an effects loop, which is why it now has reverb. Thank you, Pablo. And it is essentially... So this guy, for some reason, is savant or like mega high-end at wiring. And I took this to a British workshop when I received it to check it over and do some stuff with valves or what have you. And they opened it up and they went, wow, it's very rare that you see point-to-point wiring this good. It's like a military precision hand point wired plexi. And I've got it dimed, as you can see. Master, presence, resonance, bass, mids, trebs, roar 1, roar 2, monkey wood chassis. It's an absolute behemoth, and it sounds like this. I'm actually going to turn the reverb off and turn it up just a little bit so that you get more of the guts of the amplifier. It's an absolute beast of a machine. And with the help of the elixir of tone, the secret underground, yet to be smelt and seen, effects pedal from my new company, Snake Oil Effects. I'm going to play you a few riffs and chords from a new tune, from a new album, from a new band, Clockwork Wolf Company, and the EP is called In the Sunshine, launching the 3rd of December. This is a tune called Part of the Plan. It's time for me to dwell in the land of purchasing Christmas decorations for my son, and obviously myself. I hope you've really enjoyed this little tiny show and tell, and see you later. I've been Rob Chappers. Chapo man out.